Hi, this is Sue with Sell Travel Better. I want to talk a little bit about three things that every travel advisor really kind of needs to know before they're able to successfully close a sale and also to close that travel sale at the highest possible commission rate. So there's a couple of things to know. And the first one of those is what is that person's pain point? You might have heard this before in sales, and in fact, it might be off putting to you to think that you, as someone who sells travel, needs to, I've heard it said, agitate their pain, like really get into what it is that they're bothered by. And this really, what it means is that you need to understand what it is that they're wanting. What is the problem that they want to solve? And you agitate it because you're listening to understand it better. So when people come to you, they want to travel, but they have some issue that they're talking with you about. They either don't know where to go, or they don't know how to arrange it. Maybe it's a big group, or they're not sure of what the travel requirements are, or they just need suggestions because they know in their mind's eye what they have an idea of as their dream trip, but they're not sure even where to go to get that, because you know the world better than they know the world. And they also might have some fear that they would pick the wrong place, or that the place doesn't have a good reputation, or that they don't really know the best way to fly from point A to point B. So there's always questions, pain points, if you will, in what they come to you for. So let's say you had somebody who came and said, we haven't been anywhere in over a year because of the pandemic, and we really want to make sure that right after the new year, we just go somewhere with our kids and have a week. And you need to understand, what is it that they're dreaming of? What is it that they really want in that week? Are they wanting to completely get away and chill? Are they wanting to get away and keep busy with activities? Excuse me while I take some water. I'm getting hoarse. Are they wanting to go somewhere cold, somewhere hot? You need to agitate it a little bit to understand really what they want, because underneath the we just want to get away, they have reasons for that, and you need to understand the reasons. Like, what is this going to solve for them? Will it give them a sense of togetherness? Will it just get them away from the pressure cooker of having all four people being in a small apartment for a year and a half during COVID? What is it that they're really, really wanting underneath the I want to go someplace? The I want to go someplace is too broad, so you need to niche it down. And that's what salespeople mean when they say agitate the pain point. It really is understand what it is they're asking. So that's the first thing. The second is, do these people have budget? Can they throw budget at this trip? And if so, what kind of budget can they throw? Because the tire kickers are people who dream of having a beach vacation, but they actually don't have the money at all to travel. So they're going to have to do the whole thing on a credit card, and they really need to be careful about how much they're putting on that credit card and that they'll be able to pay it off. So there's dreamers, travel dreamers, and there's travel doers. And the doers make their dreams come true, but the dreamers just constantly will say to you, I wish I could afford to do this. I wish I could afford to do that. And here's a story that will prove that point. For many years, Bill and I, we were traveling to Europe almost every summer. And I had a friend from college who lived in Atlanta. He was married, his wife and he both worked. They had two kids, two daughters. And every single year for vacation in July, they would take the daughters for 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks, to Orlando, to Disney World. Everything. I mean, they did all the bells and whistles. But every single year when we would get back from our trip to Europe, Gary would say to me, I sure do wish we could go to Europe. And I kept saying, you can. What you're spending in Disney World for 2 weeks, I can definitely show you. This is before I was a travel advisor anyway. I can show you what we did. You can go to Europe for the same price as you can go to Disney World for 2 weeks, and maybe even have money left over. But he had the dream, but he wasn't a doer. He never would do it. He couldn't break away from the from the comfortableness and the knowingness of Disney World, and he wasn't really willing to travel outside the United States, and he never did before he died. He got cancer and died, and he never realized that dream. And that was really sad to me. So think about what it is that people have. If they say they don't have a budget, then immediately propose a very healthy budget. Oh, if there's no budget at all and you have a week, I can put you in the best dream vacation ever, and it's going to be $15,000 for the week in a private blah, 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 in such and such a destination. And if they shriek and say, oh my God, I was never thinking it would be $15,000, then come back to them and say, well, then you do have a budget in mind. Tell me the budget, because I need to make sure that I'm spending time only working within your budget. So that'll bring them down to earth pretty quickly. I once had somebody say to me, I want to go on a cruise, and I don't care where in the world it is, and I don't care how much it costs. And I said, really? You don't care how much it costs? And they said, I don't. I said, great. I'll book you on a world cruise, and it's going to be, $53,000 a person for you and your wife. And he goes, whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't thinking about that kind of money. There's your budget. What kind of money are you thinking of? So find out the budget. Then the third, and this is something that I think travel advisors sometimes don't do well, is the decision process. And by that I mean, are you willing to make a conscious decision that you're going to work with these people? Not everybody will be your client. If they are, if they want the type of travel that you don't specialize in and sell, and it's going to take hours of research time because you don't know it well, they're not your client. If their budget is $1,000 for a week, they're probably not your client. So think about consciously in your mind as you're talking to someone, is this a good fit for me? Are we going to work together well? Are both of us aware of the decisions and the commitments that have to be made on both sides? So those are the things that are the three ways that you will have a higher rate of closure at a higher rate of sale. Okay, so that's it for today. This is Sue at Sell Travel Better, and I want to alert you that you can go to the website selltravelbetter.com, leave your name and your contact information. When I do a new video or put up something on YouTube, I'll be sure to send an email and alert you. And that's it for today. Take care. Bye-bye.